chosen and beloved one. Listen carefully. 29th July is not just another square on the calendar. It is not an ordinary Tuesday. It has been highlighted in the spiritual realm, etched into divine scrolls, and sealed with heaven's approval. This moment has been prophesied over your life long before you knew it existed. You may have woken up thinking it would be another regular day, but heaven has different plans. The alignment of this date with your destiny is not accidental. It is intentional, precise, and powerful. Everything you've been sensing recently, the stirring in your soul, the growing restlessness, the feeling that something unseen is about to break open, is connected to this day. The energy of the divine is rushing toward you like a sacred current. It's been gaining strength for months, even years, and now it is ready to manifest. 29th of July holds a rare spiritual frequency, one that activates breakthroughs, reveals truth, and unlocks doors that were sealed shut. You have stepped into a divine moment. You may have endured long seasons of silence, waiting, and spiritual warfare. Days when it felt like nothing would ever shift in your favor, nights where your prayers echoed in the void. But this Tuesday, the silence is breaking. This Tuesday, the spiritual realm is leaning in. What you thought was forgotten is remembered. What you assumed was lost is returning. 29th of July is not a day to sleepwalk through. It is a divine intersection where time meets eternity and where your name is being whispered in heaven's courts. You must align your heart, clear your mind, and open your spirit. What's coming is too big for old mindsets. What's coming requires space. God is about to pour out something powerful, and He needs a vessel that's ready to receive. Before we dive deeper into this word, I need you to do 3 things. First, like this video. Not just to support the channel, but as a bold act of agreement with this prophetic message. Second, subscribe and help us reach 1,000 chosen ones walking in purpose. Then go to the comments and write 99 or 777. These numbers are more than symbols. They are prophetic signals to heaven. 99 represents fulfillment and divine urgency. 777 represents spiritual completion and divine perfection. When you type them, you're not just commenting, you're declaring in faith that you're ready. Third, write your deepest desire, your most heartfelt prayer in the comments. Don't just type it. Release it with faith, because whatever you write in faith becomes sealed in the heavens. This is your divine declaration. Because this is not about luck, this is divine orchestration. There are dates that heaven watches closely, portals of power where the barriers between realms are thinner, where messages travel faster, and where miracles manifest more freely. 29th July is one of those dates. On this day, chosen one, the heavens will tilt in your favor. The winds will shift. The energy around you will feel different. You may sense a heaviness lifting, a clarity arriving, a knowing deep within that says something has changed. Heaven has been marking your faithfulness, even when you thought no one saw you. Even when the world doubted your calling, the divine kept count. Your prayers didn't fall on deaf ears. They were gathered like precious incense, and now the response is being delivered. You are about to witness divine timing in motion. The blessings that were delayed were never denied. They were simply being perfected, and now, on this sacred Tuesday, they are being released into your atmosphere. This is why the enemy has tried so hard to distract you recently. He knows what's about to unfold. The confusion, the sudden setbacks, the emotional storms, they weren't random. They were last-minute attempts to detour you before 29th of July arrived. But you held on, you pushed through, you stayed aligned. And now, heaven is rewarding you with clarity, provision, and power. You might notice unexpected signs today, divine numbers, strange coincidences, prophetic dreams, emotional breakthroughs, sudden opportunities. Don't ignore them. Don't brush them off as random. These are heaven's fingerprints on your timeline. They are proof that the divine is speaking, moving, confirming what your spirit has been sensing all along. You are not imagining this. You are awakening to it. There's something else happening behind the veil. Someone has been watching your growth in silence, a divine helper, a destiny connection, someone who will walk with you in the next chapter, is being revealed. On this day, heaven may allow paths to cross, phone calls to come through, messages to be sent that shift everything. Stay aware, stay expectant. This is not the time to hide in fear. This is the time to step boldly into the light you were born to carry. The world may look at 29th of July and see just another date, but the spiritual realm sees a gate, and only the chosen, the aligned, and the ready will walk through it. You've been prepared for this. That's why your journey has been so intense. That's why you've lost people you thought were permanent. That's why you faced warfare you couldn't explain. Because heaven had to clear the path, strip away the distractions, and strengthen your spirit for this very hour. You don't need to beg for what's already yours. On this day, speak with authority. Declare what you've been promised. You don't need to chase, you need to align. Trust what's flowing into your life right now. The money, the clarity, the healing, the opportunity, the relationship, the peace. It's all connected to this moment. Don't miss it because of doubt. Don't sleep on it because of fear. You've waited too long for this. The release is here. And so, chosen one, as the sun rises on this Mark Tuesday, rise with it. As the heavens release what's been held, lift your hands and receive it. As your name is spoken in spiritual places, stand tall and remember who you are. This is not just a video. This is your confirmation. 29th July is not a normal Tuesday. It is a divine encounter wearing the disguise of an ordinary day. But your spirit knows the truth. Your soul recognizes the shift. Heaven has marked this day for you, and now it's your turn to mark it back. Remember this moment, remember this confirmation, and remember this: everything changes today. You may feel it in your body before you see it in your reality. A strange peace may wrap around you like a whisper. You'll breathe differently. You'll move differently. Your thoughts will begin to slow down, sharpen, and align with a sense of divine knowing. That's not coincidence, it's calibration. On days like 29th of July, the divine does not wait for permission to move. Heaven chooses moments where your soul is most ready, even when your mind is not, and pours out clarity like holy rain. You don't need to figure it all out today, you just need to be open, be present, be aligned. Chosen one, this Tuesday carries the blueprint of a shift you prayed for but couldn't yet imagine. And sometimes the greatest breakthroughs are born in silence. No trumpet, no thunder, just a sudden knowing. A door opens, a conversation happens, a decision becomes clear. It may not look dramatic on the surface, but it will shake your foundation on a spiritual level. This is how heaven works: quiet, exact, unstoppable. You're not stepping into a miracle, you are becoming the miracle. There is something sacred about divine timing. It cannot be rushed, and it cannot be delayed once appointed. 29th of July has been hidden in the folds of your destiny for years. A key date, a coded moment, an answer to prayers you forgot you even prayed. It may seem random that you're watching this right now, but trust this: heaven has never been random with you. Every struggle, every detour, every delay was setting the stage for this revelation. And now, what was once covered is being revealed. This day might begin like any other, but don't be deceived by appearances. It may not come with flashing lights, but it will come with confirmation. The kind of confirmation that doesn't ask for attention. It demands your faith. Because faith isn't always loud. Sometimes it's still. Sometimes it feels like trust in the face of nothing. But on this Tuesday, faith is your golden bridge. The bridge between what was and what is about to be. You are being repositioned in the spirit. The shifts might feel invisible at first, like puzzle pieces rearranging behind a curtain. But soon, the curtain will be pulled back, and what once confused you will make perfect sense. The silence you endured wasn't rejection. It was preparation. The isolation wasn't punishment. It was protection. God was keeping you hidden from the wrong eyes and preparing the right moment where the world wouldn't just see you, they would recognize the divine hand over your life. Heaven marks days when legacies shift and identities are activated. This Tuesday is one of those days. For some, it will feel like the end of a season. For others, it will be the beginning of one. But for you, chosen one, it is both. A divine closure and a divine beginning colliding in one sacred breath. Something ends, something begins, and you stand in the middle, wrapped in light and favor. Let go of needing every detail today. Let go of trying to control what heaven has already written. Trust that what you feel is valid. If you sense a new chapter, it's because one is opening. If you sense something is breaking off, it's because it is no longer aligned. If your heart feels both excited and unsettled, that's your spirit adjusting to the new atmosphere. You are leveling up, spiritually, emotionally, financially, even relationally. The tension you feel is the old version of you being peeled away. Do not be surprised if people from your past try to re-enter today. They may not understand it, but your energy will be different. Something in you will shift. Your voice, your presence, your posture. The oil of anointing is not something people can fake, and once heaven activates it, the atmosphere responds. This Tuesday, you will walk differently. Even in familiar rooms, you'll notice new reactions. Not because you changed everything on the outside, but because heaven changed everything on the inside. You may get tested. Not everything that happens today will be comfortable. But pay attention. The test reveals the lesson, and the lesson unlocks the blessing. If an old fear arises, it's not to bring you down, it's to be overcome. If doubt whispers, confront it. If weariness creeps in, rest, but don't give up. Today is not about surviving, it's about shifting. You are moving from hoping to knowing, from waiting to walking, from praying to receiving. And the beautiful thing is this: you won't have to force anything. What is for you will flow to you. What is meant to connect with you on this day will recognize your frequency without effort. A message, a sign, a person, an opportunity, it will come. Don't chase, prepare. Your responsibility today is alignment, not anxiety. The divine has already orchestrated the timing, the place, the people. Your only job is to stay ready. The illusions are being shattered. The lies spoken over you are being exposed. The doubts they planted in your mind are being replaced with divine truth. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And 29th of July is heaven's loudest reminder of that. Some people will miss it. They will treat this Tuesday like any other, and nothing will shift for them. But you know better. Your spirit wouldn't let you sleepwalk through today. You were stirred, awakened, brought here for a reason. Don't ignore that. There's a reason you couldn't shake this date, a reason why your spirit feels heavy and light at the same time. You're not crazy. You're aligned. Even the weather may speak today. Even the air may feel different. Your dreams last night may have carried messages. You may feel emotional for no reason. Let it come. Let it all pass through. This is not weakness, it's release. You are being emptied of what no longer fits and filled with what heaven has prepared. 29th July is sacred, and your soul knows it. This is not about waiting for a miracle. This is about realizing that you are the miracle, and the date is simply the doorway. Heaven has already marked it. Now it's your time to walk through. Chosen one, as this sacred Tuesday unfolds, you may begin to notice the contrast between who you were yesterday and who you are becoming today. It won't always be something you can explain in words, because what's happening is deeply spiritual. Something ancient is awakening inside you. You're not just remembering your purpose, you're reclaiming it. You are being drawn back to the original blueprint of your soul, the version of you that was designed by divine hands long before the world touched you. This day carries the weight of long-forgotten promises, not the ones people made and broke, but the ones heaven whispered into your spirit before you took your first breath. 29th July is not just about new blessings. It's about remembering who you truly are underneath all the scars, fears, masks, and layers. It's about stepping into divine remembrance. Heaven doesn't mark days randomly. It selects moments when your life is ready for a holy reset. And this reset may not look like what you expected. It may look like rest. It may look like surrender. It may look like closing a door with peace instead of pain. It may feel like a quiet revelation instead of a loud miracle. But trust this, the reset is real. Something is shifting within you and around you because it has to. You cannot carry the old into the next realm you are entering. You are crossing a threshold today, whether you feel it fully or not. There are levels of you that have been waiting to activate, strengths that have been dormant, gifts you haven't even used yet. And now, on this day, they are being stirred into motion. It may begin subtly, an idea, a burst of courage, an unexpected opportunity. But it will grow. Like divine seeds planted beneath the surface, today is the day they begin to sprout. And not everyone will understand this shift. In fact, some will question it. Some will resist it. There are people in your life who are comfortable with the version of you that stayed silent, small, or confused. But when you rise in clarity, when you move with heaven's favor, it reveals who was aligned with your purpose and who was only aligned with your past. Let the shaking happen. Let what's not rooted fall away. You don't need everyone to understand. Only heaven's approval matters now. This Tuesday is also a mirror, a spiritual reflection of all that has been building up inside you, all the faith you've held onto, all the obedience you've shown, all the tears you've cried in secret. Heaven does not waste your pain, and today some of that buried pain may surface, not to harm you, but to be healed. Don't be afraid if emotions rise. They are being released, because 29th of July is a cleansing, a divine detox of your soul. You may even notice that you begin to speak differently today, not out of ego, but from alignment. You won't beg for respect. You'll command it without saying a word. You won't chase peace. You'll carry it with you like a shield. You won't seek validation, because when heaven validates you, the world has no choice but to follow. There is a spiritual glow around you now, and even if others can't see it clearly, they will feel it. There's a vibration to your spirit today that heaven has amplified. That's why you might notice strange reactions from others. Some people will be drawn to you without knowing why. Others may become uneasy. That's because you're not the same. You've crossed over spiritually. This Tuesday is not just about receiving. It's about embodying. It's about becoming the kind of person your future requires. And with this shift, you may feel a deep, divine pull toward solitude. Not isolation, but solitude, sacred space where you can hear heaven's instructions clearly. Don't fear that pull. When God marks a day, he often silences the noise so he can speak in whispers. If your phone is quiet today, if plans get cancelled, if you find yourself alone, don't fill the space. Sit in it, feel it, listen. There's a message trying to get through. You are being recalibrated for your next dimension. This is also a day for discernment, because when heaven opens a portal, counterfeit blessings often try to slip through. Be cautious with what seems too easy, too perfect. too sudden. Not everything that glitters is gold. On a marked day, like 29th of July, the enemy often mimics divine timing. So test every door before you walk through it. Use your spirit more than your sight. If it feels rushed, desperate, or fear-driven, it's not from heaven. But if it feels aligned, peaceful, and powerfully calm, it's yours. The divine does not operate in confusion. It flows in confirmation. Watch for it today. That random song that speaks your exact situation, that stranger's word that pierces your spirit, that inner nudge that won't leave you, all of it is heaven echoing its message to you. You are seen, you are guided, you are right where you need to be. This day is part of a greater orchestration, one that stretches far beyond today. This is not a one-time blessing. This is a launch pad. 29th July is the spark, but what comes next depends on how you honor this spark. Will you ignore it, waiting for something louder? Or will you move with it, trusting that small obedience activates massive favor? Every marked day requires a response, and yours is simple. Alignment. That means speaking differently, moving with intention, listening with your heart, cutting ties with old mindsets, protecting your energy, refusing to shrink, refusing to settle, refusing to be silent about your calling. You were not made to blend in, you were marked to stand out. And today that marking becomes undeniable. Chosen one, you must understand. 29th of July is not merely a date, it is a divine activation point. It is not here to pass unnoticed like any other Tuesday. It's been carved into your spiritual timeline by the hand of heaven, and now it stands open like a sacred door. On this day, you are not just walking forward, you are stepping into who you were created to be. Today is not about improvement, it is about transformation. You are not being polished, you are being reborn. The version of you that shrank, settled, and second-guessed is dissolving, and rising from within is the version that heaven has always seen, the bold, radiant, unstoppable you. 29th July is the birthing ground of this revelation. It's the moment the mirror clears and you finally see what God placed within you from the beginning. This is not the time to chase distractions or answer calls from the past. If confusion tries to enter, pause and remember. Clarity is your birthright today. You may feel pulled toward solitude, not to be isolated, but to be infused with divine instruction. If your phone is silent, your calendar unexpectedly clears, or you feel an urge to step away, listen. You're not being ignored, you're being called higher. The noise is being stripped away so heaven can speak without interference. Even your body may feel it. Waves of warmth, light pressure in your chest, tingles through your skin. That's not anxiety, that's energy. Expansion, realignment. You're being downloaded with new assignments, and with it comes responsibility. From this point forward, you're no longer available for what drains you. You're no longer allowed to dim your fire for those who fear the light. You're no longer going to explain your calling to those who were never meant to understand it. You're ascending, and your presence will reflect it. You'll begin to notice that your words hit different. Your silence speaks louder than noise. Your very being will begin to change rooms, shifting energy, commanding respect, even without saying a word. You've been marked. You've been lit from within. There's no pretending after this. The anointing on your life will announce itself. This Tuesday, you will start to see things move fast. Almost too fast. Opportunities, people, confirmations. Don't resist it. You've been in delay for so long that alignment might feel unnatural at first. But this is your new rhythm. This is divine acceleration. What others had to chase, you will now attract. Not because you are lucky, but because you are aligned. You are no longer forcing things. You are flowing. That's what happens when heaven says now. But make no mistake, this is not just about receiving blessings. It's about stepping into a sacred assignment. You didn't survive hell just to smile. You survived because you were being refined for this level. And now your pain is turning to purpose. Your scars are turning into spiritual armor. The ones who once overlooked you will now sense something different. They won't know what changed, but you will. You changed, and from this day forward, you are building differently. Not with desperation, but with discernment. Not with exhaustion, but with excellence. The foundation is no longer fear, it is unwavering faith. That faith will move mountains because it no longer doubts who you are. It no longer apologizes, it no longer begs for what it was born to claim. That faith is fully awake today, and it cannot be silenced. You are not just here to survive 29th July, you're here to command it, you're here to shift with it. The sacred portal opened today doesn't just bless you, it changes the trajectory of your entire lineage. This is a generational shift, a spiritual uprising, a holy realignment. What begins with you will not end with you. This ripple of transformation will touch your family, your legacy, your bloodline. And yet, this isn't the finish line. It's the divine launching pad. Don't mistake this moment as the end of the journey. This is your announcement, your coronation. You may not wear a crown that the world can see, but you've been crowned in the spirit. A new authority is settling on your voice, your choices, your movement. And the atmosphere recognizes it, even if people don't. Some will be drawn to your light, others will retreat from it. Do not dim yourself for the comfort of those still living in shadows. You weren't meant to blend in. You were sent to disrupt the system of limitation. And today, you no longer carry that old energy of survival. You walk in the rhythm of overflow. Peace will flow like a river. Wisdom will speak without effort. Resources will locate you. Because 29th of July is not just a lucky Tuesday. It's the day the heavens remembered you. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are no longer walking in circles. You are no longer hoping something might change. You are the change. You are the shift. You are the answer to prayers prayed long ago by your ancestors. And today you step into that lineage with boldness, grace, and power. So breathe deep. Walk slow, speak with intention, smile with sacred confidence. The earth will never forget that on this day, one of God's chosen awakened, and nothing was ever the same again. And now, chosen one, take a moment. Breathe. Feel what's lingering in the air around you. It's not tension, it's transition. It's not confusion, it's clarity adjusting your vision. This is what the shift feels like. This is what destiny sounds like when it knocks. Quiet, holy, undeniable. You're standing on sacred ground. Everything you've endured, every tear, every betrayal, every season of silence was heaven preparing the foundation for this very moment. You didn't stumble into today. You were led here, pulled by divine timing, carried by unseen hands, called into alignment by a voice your soul never stopped hearing. Even when your faith wavered, even when your steps were slow, even when you thought you were lost. But now the search is over. This is not the end of a journey. This is the unveiling, the becoming, the crowning. You are not returning to who you used to be. You are not rebuilding the broken. You are rising from it, made new. The things that once shattered you now shine beneath your feet like holy stepping stones. You walk on what once wounded you. You speak with the breath of one who survived what should have silenced you. You carry power not born of ease, but of endurance, and this power cannot be taken. Because it was never given by the world, it was placed in you by God. You're not just chosen, you're activated, called, commissioned. This is your soul's homecoming. Everything that felt out of place before now finds rhythm within you. Peace isn't something you chase anymore. It lives in your presence. Wisdom flows where confusion once reigned. Your light no longer flickers. It burns, steady and sure, like it always was meant to. The heavens marked this day for you, not for what you would receive, but for what you would release. Your radiance, your truth, your voice, your vision, your divine alignment. The universe has taken notice, the earth is watching. But more than that, your future is clapping, cheering, rising to meet you. And as you step through this invisible gate called 29th of July, say this in your heart: I am ready, I am aligned, I am unshaken. This is the day heaven remembered me, and I will never forget it.